2 weeks passed. For the first time in what felt like forever, nobody died. No sponsor betrayals, no emergency medical procedures, no assassination attempts, no revelations that shattered someone's understanding of reality. Just training. Relentless. Endless. Painful training. The final 9 contestants remaining in the 12th Eclipse Games weren't surviving on luck anymore. Every one of them was dangerous. Every one of them could kill, and every one of them knew it. Which meant Sparkle Doom trained harder than ever. Every morning, Aurora could be found drilling combat patterns before sunrise. Her phasing ability had become frighteningly precise. She could now phase through incoming attacks for split seconds at a time without exhausting herself. Pines joked that she spent more time intangible than tangible these days. Aurora had responded by phasing through his coffee cup. Pines had not appreciated that. Ellie spent her days studying battlefield recordings. The amount of information she absorbed was terrifying. She knew the remaining contestants' habits better than they knew themselves. Plum remained Plum, which somehow translated into becoming increasingly dangerous. Nobody knew how. Not even Plum. Her strategy appeared to be, do something stupid, followed by, somehow survive. It worked far more often than it should. Then there was Mira. Mira had changed. Not dramatically, not suddenly, slowly, naturally. The way real people changed. Pines had spent the last few weeks personally teaching her combat. The old Reaper refused to admit he enjoyed it. The girls knew better. Every morning he could be seen correcting her stance, showing her footwork, teaching her how to survive if things went wrong. Mira wasn't becoming Aurora. She wasn't becoming Ellie. She wasn't becoming Plum. She was becoming herself. And for the first time since entering the games. She looked confident. The realization made everybody proud. Even Pines, though he'd rather eat concrete than admit it. Which was why nobody expected what happened next. The faction returned to headquarters after another exhausting day of training. Aurora immediately headed for the kitchen. Plum collapsed face first onto a couch. Ellie disappeared toward the showers. Pines sat down heavily. The sound that escaped him suggested every bone in his body had officially declared war against the rest of him. Then Mira spoke. I found something. Nobody reacted. Aurora shouted from the kitchen, if this is another secret menu for the food printer, I'm interested. It's better. That got their attention. Pines looked up. What did you find? Mira grinned. The headquarters control panel. Silence. Pines blinked. Yes? The advanced headquarters control panel? Pines frowned. The what? Mira's grin widened. The advanced headquarters control panel. Aurora returned holding a sandwich. What does it do? Mira folded her arms dramatically. Apparently, she paused for effect. .it has themes. The room froze. Pines slowly stood. No, it doesn't. It does. No, it doesn't. It does. I've owned this. For 40 years, Mira shrugged. Skill issue. Plum immediately fell off the couch laughing. Aurora nearly spat out her sandwich. Ellie appeared from the hallway. What did I miss? Pines got skill issued. Ellie started laughing too. The old Reaper pointed at everybody. You are all terrible! Mira was already pressing buttons. The headquarters transformed instantly. Every wall shifted color, every display changed, every light changed, every window changed. The giant luxury headquarters became pink, bright pink, aggressively pink, violently pink, the kind of pink visible from orbit. Outside the building, inside the building, everywhere. Unicorns appeared on every display. Rainbow animations danced across the walls. Stars, glitter, clouds, everything. The entire headquarters suddenly resembled a 7-year-old girl's dream fort. Aurora stared. Plum stared. Ellie stared. Pines looked physically wounded. Then Aurora screamed, Sparkle Doom! Plum immediately joined in. Sparkle Doom! Ellie started laughing. The girls took off running, exploring the headquarters. Every room looked different. The trophy room looked like a toy castle. The command center resembled a magical princess tower. Even the elevators had tiny animated unicorns galloping across the walls. Aurora was standing on furniture. Plum was taking selfies. Ellie couldn't breathe. The entire thing was chaos. Pure chaos. Pines remained frozen. Looking around in horror. This is the worst thing that's ever happened, the girls screamed louder. Then Mira pressed another button. A soft hiss echoed through the headquarters. Everyone stopped. The ventilation system activated. A cool mist drifted through the air. Refreshing. Pleasant. Subtle. Pines sniffed, then sniffed again. Huh. Plum took a deep breath. Ocean breeze. Ellie nodded. Little bit of pine. Aurora froze. Dead. Silent. Everybody looked at her. Aurora slowly turned, looked at Pines, looked at Mira, looked back at Pines, then whispered, "Sparkle Pines." Silence. 1 second. 2 seconds. 3. Then the entire room exploded. Plum hit the floor. Ellie disappeared behind a couch. Aurora collapsed into a chair, laughing. Mira literally slid down a wall. Pines closed his eyes. Slowly. Very slowly. No. Aurora couldn't breathe. "Uncle Wooshie, no." Plum was crying. "Uncle Wooshie, Sparkle Pines, absolutely not." Ellie was making noises that weren't human anymore. Aurora pointed dramatically. "The headquarters smells like Wooshie's Sparkle Pines." Pines immediately started walking toward the control panel. Mira threw herself between him and the buttons. "No, I'm deleting it. It's beautiful. It smells like me." Exactly. The girls lost control again. Several minutes later, the entire faction sat together in the glowing pink lounge. Unicorns danced across the walls, rainbows drifted overhead. Sparkle Pines continued filling the air. Nobody had changed it back, mostly because every time Pines tried, the girls stopped him. Aurora looked around the room, at Plum, at Ellie, at Mira, at Pines, at the ridiculous headquarters, at the family they'd become. And for the first time in a very long time, nobody was thinking about death. Nobody was thinking about the games. Nobody was thinking about betrayal. For one perfect evening, they were just together, laughing, being idiots, being family. And somewhere deep down, even Pines had to admit it, the pink unicorn headquarters was ridiculous. The smell was criminal. The girls were insufferable. But the laughter? The laughter was worth it, even if he'd never admit it, especially not while it smelled like Sparkle Pines.